Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 1.17%, so closing at a brand new all-time high and making brand new all-time highs pretty much every 2-3 days. And now it's over 250. And now, if this thing can stay over 250, the next stop and the next brand new all-time high should be 255 on Apple stock. So watch out for that. As long as it's over 250, it can get there and possibly even 260. And maybe with next earnings, we might see some sort of a split announcement here on Apple. Now to the downside, 250. Now your key line in the sand underneath that level, 248.28 and then 244. Only if that gives up, then we can talk about possibly a drop down to 240 and then 237. On Meta, it's up 0.71% and now it's trading slightly under 625.48 5-day moving average. If this thing cannot get over that level, it's not heading higher. In that case, watch out for the support at 615. Down below under 615, we also have support 13-day moving average 610 to 611, and then critical support down here 598 to 600, and then 594 also 20-day moving average, which is rising, and it's going to come up here very soon. So I think, from a technical standpoint, 600, that's going to be your key line in the sand if this thing gets a pullback here down to this trend line and the 20-day moving average, which is moving up, and it's going to get up to this 600 level very soon. To the upside, 625.48 can break and hold this thing going back up to 638 and possibly even 650 because upper Bollinger Band expanded all the way up to 650 plus. On Amazon stock, it's up 2.40%, so another brand new all-time high, and things are just pushing, guys. I mean, you see two red candles, a doji, you think that there might be some sort of a pullback where you can get an opportunity, but nope, it goes right back up. As a matter of fact, gaps up and then goes even higher to hit a brand new all-time high. And now, if this thing is over 230, well, the next stop is 238.37, possibly even 240. Because if you look at this upper Bollinger Band going straight up, extend it so it can go there if he wants to go and it stays over 230. Critical level at 230. Underneath that level, we might see some sort of a drop down to 225. And below that, we do have support now at 221 and then 216. On Google stock, it's up 3.54%. So Google up over 200, making a brand new all-time high, and market cap going up to $2.43 trillion right now. So I mean, battle of the billionaires, it's just getting better and better. These companies are just, getting that ballistic run, even though we're seeing a really poor, bad, horrendous market breadth right now. These stocks are just breaking out to a brand new all-time high. So people that are actually scared to invest in this market, I think what's happening, these big investors, they're just pouring their money into these big names. And especially after Trump winning, that is what they're doing. And that's why you see other names like UNH. Yes, the CEO got shot, but it went up a little bit and then now it's just going down. Some of the other names that if you look at like LMT, after Trump becoming president, what happened? Now under 500. So these big names are not making big moves, but look at right here. I mean, boy, oh boy, over 200, getting way outside the Bollinger Band and then cooling off and coming in. So now your line in the sand is 196.89 as a support. Underneath that, we do have support down here near 193. And then we can talk about possibly a drop down to 184 to 185. As long as this thing can hold over 196, 197 and gets over 200, in that case, 210 possible. May not happen this week, but it can get there even though this thing is extremely overbought. On AMD, it's absolutely flat on the day. Now, when I see dip in the market, I buy it. Like AMD, I bought some shares last week. I even bought more shares today. And why? Well, I like the dip. It's down over $100 from the top. and I like it. It might not go up, but I'm telling you, you're gonna, say a couple months later, like, EK, it's at 190. Can I buy it? No. This is it right here. If this thing continues to go down a bit more, I'm just gonna load up even more, because now my price target for selling my shares not gonna sell until at least near 200. So this is a great opportunity where some of the other names like Avgo and some of the other names in the market just making a big move. There is no opportunities on those, but this is great right here. Nvidia is still not there, but AMD definitely there. I mean, this is a massive dip on AMD. And what happened today, guys? I mean, came all the way down to this critical support 122. Didn't quite get there exactly, but it was there, and then came back up and holding 125. So AMD added more shares pretty much at the low of the day, came back up. Looks like buyers, they were ready to buy the dip, and now it's over 125. So as long as AMD is over 125 and gets over this resistance right here, 5-day moving average, let me see where that is exactly. That's at 128.42. 128.42. If we can get over that, AMD can come up and retest possibly 130 and maybe even come up and close this gap 137.40. But if this thing definitely, I mean, it's not looking good. This is not a pretty looking chart here on AMD. It's a falling knife. So if you're catching it, guys, give some time. Don't rush and try to sell it next day. It can go much, much higher. If your target is not 200 like mine, at least target 150. You can get there easily. So AMD, fantastic opportunity if you're looking to buy the dip. On Tesla stock, it's up 6.14%, and that was not enough. Well, it had to go up even more right after closing. Now it's up another $7, 1.5%. So Tesla is at extreme. This thing is extremely, extremely overbought. Today, I played some puts on Tesla, and then luckily, guys, you see low for the day, 436. It was the gap fill reversal. After I got in, this thing went up, added some more puts, and then I pretty much caught like $8 to the downside. And I got out because I'm not gonna go and buy calls here, even though it's paying. It's just insane because we all know Tesla pumps, 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 and then suddenly you'll see, 60, 70, $100 wiped off. It happened before many times, before the split, after the split, it can happen. So chasers, be careful chasing Tesla here. If you're long, fantastic. Hold on. It might go up even more, but you're long. So if it comes back down a little bit, don't get scared. Tesla here, guys, massive run. Now, it's getting far too overextended. Can we get a pullback and can we afford a pullback? Absolutely, we can. And your key line in the sand now will be at 450 if there is a pullback. Underneath that level, there will be support at 436, 429, and only if that gives up, we can possibly talk about a drop down to 400. It's nowhere near 400, so I'm not even going to go there unless there is a $70 drop, which can happen on Tesla. Don't bet on it, but it can happen. So watch out for that. On Microsoft, it's up 0.97%. So this one over 451, finally closing 451. That is looking bullish for a move up to 460. So as long as Microsoft stays over 451, that is your play, and your reward here will look like something like this, from here to here. So yes, you can still get a, $9, $10 move to the upside, but just careful, trading in this environment, and Nasdaq hitting all-time highs every day. You just gotta get out if this thing breaks under. I would say give another extra dollar and say 450, your line in the sand instead of 451, because if that gives up and you got some calls or shares, you should exit. This thing will likely to dump down to 443. Underneath that level, we also have support at 440, and then this gap comes into play, which is aligned with this 20-day moving average 432. To the upside, as long as it's over 451, the support, it can go up to 460 and possibly even retest and hit a brand new all-time high. That means getting over 468. So Netflix going up 0.24%, kind of going flat. But if you look at my screen, it came down, actually down to 919, went back up, and now it's trading slightly under 923 5-day moving average. Now, if this thing remains under 923, there will be support now at 912, and then right here at 904, and then flat 900 20-day moving average. Now, if this thing gets over 923 tomorrow, then it can run up to 936 and possibly even another brand new all-time high. That means taking and getting over this high right here, getting over 941.75 and going up to 950. On Nvidia, stock is down 1.68%, so it was down a bit more, all the way down to right here, almost 130. But you can see this head and shoulder pattern. We got left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder, and we're pretty much breaking the neckline here. And if that happens, and that's why I said it in my video, the one I made over the weekend, that I would like to see it under 130 to maybe even 126. That is gonna be your confirmation, because many times you buy puts here and this thing goes right back up. So you need a clear indication that neckline is breaking and it's gonna go down a bit more. So if you actually take this line, let me just do this right here, guys, so you guys have actually a better idea where this thing actually can go. So if you look at it here, and if we just draw a line from here to, let's say, this neckline, I'll just make it up to 130, and if you put that right here, you can see we can possibly go down to even 107, 110. That's your expected head and shoulder move to the downside. But don't bet on it, because it's Nvidia. Even though Nvidia looks like, in my view, replaced by Avgo, Broadcom, and that thing is going ballistic right now. I'm gonna take a minute and maybe even do that stock for a minute, but it just nowhere near where you can chase. Now, Nvidia, yes, it kind of lost some steam, but it's still there, guys. I mean, 130 is not a bad spot, so it can go right back up. 130 gives up, then look out for 126, and that is where it can actually play out. So that is, you have these these yellow lines here because of that head and shoulder pattern, and it can come down somewhere here. Now, to the upside, if this thing breaks and hold 136 and gets over this high, in that case it might not even play out, and this thing can move up to 140 and then 144. Now let's talk about Broadcom and see what is going on there for a minute. So on Broadcom, it's up 11.21% and closing at a brand new all-time high, 250. I mean, that is just insane, guys. Earnings, that was last week, and still going up another $25. Look at the market cap. That's like another mega cap now, $1.17 trillion market cap. So this thing, I think what's going to happen next, it can possibly push a bit high, but it's already 3 miles away from upper Bollinger Band. And when that happens, it has to come down, retrace, consolidate. Something has to give, something has to happen. So I think there is a good chance we might get that pullback to close this gap right here, and then from there, if it can hold, we might go back up to 250, and that would be a better play if you're playing it to the upside. If you're chasing here, there is no opportunity. I mean, yes, it can go higher, but after that big move, you're chasing at 250, and the stock was right here at 185 just a couple days ago. So do the math. If this thing breaks under this gap, then there might be even a bigger pullback near to 11 to even 200, and this is not something you want to chase. So Broadcom making another big move, and that actually led to a massive rally on Nasdaq 100. And not only this one, of course, we have Google going up massively, Tesla, and then Amazon. So it's kind of, like all these trillion-dollar companies are just rallying at the same time, and that is what's pushing the market. But we all know that these 7, 8, 9 stocks are not only the stocks in the market. We have many other big names, big players, and those are just surviving, not going up to a brand new all-time high every day. As a matter of fact, some of them are on a downtrend, and the market breadth is really poor. So be careful, especially something like this, where I already called it that AMD is a great opportunity, and it can do the same thing right here, like this one is doing, but it's gonna take some time because that's on a downtrend. That's an opportunity for us, and this is actually a no-go because it's already up so much. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and make sure to hit that like button, guys, because I'm actually including this Broadcom technicals here today and talking about it because a lot of you guys were asking for it yesterday and day before. And these videos that I actually make take a lot of my time, and YouTube, there is no money, so I'm not doing this for YouTube money. I'm doing it for you guys, and I'll continue to do it. But we need to get more likes on the video to actually get more views out of it, and more people can actually find when they search the video. And the only way to do it, by putting more likes. Thank you so much for watching, guys.